We probably been doing the in your cities for about 3 seasons now. This is the first time that we actually got to come to my city to see what's happening.
You know, it's a lovely day. Marshawn invited me out, and we kind of just came and built community and got some history, some rich history.
Thought it'd only be right that we, you know what I mean, stop at what I feel is the foundation of who I really am, and you know what I mean, why I stand on what I stand on. So welcome to my city, man.
My name is Frederica Newton. I'm president of the Dr. Huey P. Newton Foundation and co-founder of the Black Panther Party Museum. The Black Panther Party was created in 1966 by Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton. One of the first initiatives was to stop police brutality that was happening in the Black community. It grew from 40 members to 46 chapters and an international organization. People were drawn to that here was an organization that was addressing the basic needs of the community that the government was not doing. And that's the one thing that's always missed. It was a movement based on love. We opened as a museum just a year ago. The mission of the Dr. Huey P. Newton Foundation is to preserve and promulgate the legacy and history of the Black Panther Party.
I ain't had a chance to do it in your city, but now we actually, in my city, been able to do one. And this is the first spot.
That's beautiful.
I'm not a historian or nothing like that, but I do know whenever I step out, when I'm doing what I'm doing out in the world, I know it comes from somewhere, you know what I mean, bigger than me, understanding that I don't fully have. When you in front of town, it's like, there's no other way but for this to get on you.
Mm-hmm. It's so good to have you here. You've grown up a lot.
No, it was.
Yeah.
That was the short version.
No, you've grown up a lot.
So what's your favorite spot in here?
I love this spot here.
Mm-hmm.
He was a complex man. He was shy. People don't know that. He didn't really like to speak publicly. So he was my friend, and he was my husband. He was a good father to my son, and he was a leader. He was somebody who I deeply respected and loved. He meant everything. He meant everything. This is an Each One Teach One exhibit.
Yeah.
So this is from Black Panther Party School. It was based on a kind of a holistic model. We're not going to teach kids what to think, we're going to teach them how to think. But it's hard to step out of these doors and not meet somebody who wasn't impacted by the party. Either they were fed, or their mamas were fed in the party, or in the breakfast program. Children were going to school hungry, and who can learn with an empty stomach? And the party recognized that kids were going to school, they were acting up, they weren't going to class, but they were hungry. So we set up free breakfast programs. It's now, the government has embraced it as a national program. Now kids get fed in schools because of the Black Panther Party. You know how they would always show Panther men with the guns and the berets, but they would never show them looking like this.
Right, that's by design.
It's totally by design.
It's beyond powerful, because like, growing up, I didn't read, because I never really seen niggas reading around me. You feel me? But if every day you walk in the house and you see somebody reading that you know, that's around you, that changes everything. For some of our counterparts and peers, success is a reality. They got successful parents, successful aunts, successful homies. But for us, success is more of a dream. So I was just telling him it's so important for us to be home. It's an exciting feeling, and people knowing that you home and they can make it, you feel me? It changes everything.
This brother here has the largest archive of Panther material. His whole house looks like a museum.
Yeah, he looked like he just collecting hella shit. He got a look about him that just say, yep, give it to me, I'll keep it.
He got to say his own and on the hat.
Yeah.
Somebody look like they collect stuff.
He looked like he just, give it to me, I'll take it. Put it over there with that shit over there. He for sure looked like that.
Marshawn and Josh and Marcus were inspired by the work that we did. I'm inspired by the work that Marshawn and Josh and Marcus do. They've not only passed that one generation, they're working on 2 generations.
Is there anything, considering, the work that I do and the way that I do feel about my community, if there's some advice that you would give me to make my situation more powerful?
I can say what we did that I think worked, that I think that you are doing. It was we saw what the community needed and we just did it. So if you see something that's lacking in your community, just continue to feel the need.
Wow.
The message of the Black Panther Party from 60 years ago is as relevant today that young people are embracing it. I'm very inspired.
I say cuz is the kind of person that seen the spotlight, but you can still find in the cracks and creases of the town. So, when you go back home, it's kind of Mando that you bring cuz along with that shit. You've been a part of my life all my life.
So, what we doing now is we finna ride around, in our city, and we from North Oakland, we from the smaller side, but we rep it with so much pride you would think that it's the biggest place in the world. And it's so crazy that me and Lil Cuz, we all grew up in the same radius, same neighborhood, same block. And to be from such a small side, the impact that we've made, not only in our city, but just for, for the culture, for cultural purposes, man. It's a big thing. In the world, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We did a lot, man. We from the area called North Oakland, AKA Ice City, AKA Polar Bears, the Pole. That's just our area, man. And we gonna continue to keep repping it because, my side was forgot about. And that's what we hot about. But now we the hottest out. You feel me? They put your pine on the wall over here, man. So we gonna pull up to this little spot right here. When we was growing up, we got a chance to see Beast Mode come from running in the middle of the street with his shocks off, racing pole to pole, to watching him on TV on Sundays. He carried everything on his back, man. He carried the whole neighborhood on his back, man. And what a beautiful career, man. I seen him race. He raced his brother, so his brother had wheels.
Dolphin wheels.
Dave had old school Dolphins like this.
Getting hully on.
Old school hully. When you like this, when you see somebody do this in the hood, that mean they got, they gold medalists in the hood Olympics, right? I think one time we doing something, I watched him in the middle of the street, he on Dave, he on him like this, I'm like, oh, he on Dave. That's when I knew, I'm like, oh, he going, Cuz going. Like the restaurant that we go to now that's called Rob Ben's is named after our childhood relative. I just was walking through the restaurant and I kind of got like teary-eyed, like just looking at, cause some of the pictures, they just put some of the new pictures up. Oakland is everything to me, everything I represent. This is where the Black Panther Party started, right around the corner. We want to change the narrative, and it kind of mirrors the same thing that the Panthers were doing. He could have moved away. He come back and open up a restaurant. I come back and open up a clothing store. He come back and buy some real estate and things. We come back and open up a school, changing the narratives through music, through clothing, through fashion, through sports and entertainment. And now the next generation sees that as we become the catalyst of what you can aspire to be. So as we stand on the precipice of imminent change, we are that change. And the reflection of that begins to be shown by the next generation aspiring to do some of the things that we've done and more.
We practiced on that same field. When I first started playing at Kurt Flood, I probably was like maybe 13. I mean, I knew I loved playing football from a young age. Although my mama, she said we was having a conversation, I told her like, yeah, I'm up playing the NFL and I'm gonna buy you a house. She remember that. I don't so much remember that, but you know what I mean, if I did tell her that, you know what I mean, I kept my word.
Yeah, we gotta get ready. We not traveling for nothing, fellas. We gotta get ready.
Representing the city is the basis of our culture. So when you wearing Oakland across your chest, it inspires you to play for something.
For me, the Oakland Dynamites is like a violence prevention program. I keep kids off the street as long as they're on the field. Let's be honest, we all come from Oakland. Very tough city, lovely city, but it's also, you know, hardships that involves being from Oakland.
There you go. Try to beat.
If you a Dynamite once, you forever a Dynamite.
Florida is the pinnacle of everything we worked for this whole season.
We got 8U going, 9U and 11U, so we looking to really represent Oakland, the Bay, and bring some hardware back.
We have never won a national championship, and this year I think we have the shot to bring back 3.
It definitely is expensive to go to nationals. So when you're thinking of a trip like this, most of the time all parents can't go. So the first thing is to do, get the transportation, get the boys there, get the housing, make sure they're fed for this whole week. Then we want to be able to give them activities to do, you know? So instead of just sitting and being under football and so much football, outside of the game, we want to give them a little experience at life.
All the work these kids put in, I feel like they deserve to get out there.
These are little things that's gonna help at national.
Honestly, it takes about $1,200 to $1,500 per kid to get out there. We implored the community to help us because it takes a burden off some of these parents. And you know, some of these kids play bigger roles in our household than they probably should at the age that they are.
Work on 3, work on 3. 1, 2, 3, work!
All right, let's get ready for Florida, baby.
The GoFundMe started, we had a 2-week window. First 2 weeks, it didn't make anything. We looked up, it was $100. The night before, it was aired on the news. It was a beautiful thing to see in 2 hours. It just felt like, you know, the universe came together for the boys. Marshawn to Oakland is a big deal.
Always been beast mode even back then.
Oh yeah, you wasn't ready.
And then also knowing where he came from with being a Dynamite, it just gives our kids something to strive to and look up to.
Who I'm gonna pick on first?
And man, he is a blueprint. You know, that's what he means to the community.
Oh yeah.
It's a blessing, man, you know, to see him representing where we come from, you know, and making it look like it's always possible. It means everything to the community.
All right, see, now I gotta serve your little ass.
Hey, bring it up, bring it up.
Wait, let me get some energy, man. On 3, OD on 3. 1, 2, 3.
OD!
Y'all, you know y'all hometown hero. Can we give it up for you guys, Beach Low? No, they making y'all dream from, so this is all about y'all. And at the end of the day, they come back, hopefully we are champions, you know what I mean? On behalf of Thursday Night Football and the crew, they just donated $20,000 to our organization, man. So give it up on Facebook.
See, you know what I mean, them having the opportunity to go play out in Florida, 'cause I know we ain't never had the opportunity to do that when I was playing. So, you know what I mean, to see them being able to do that, it is a blessing.
I'm Carissa Thompson with Thursday Night Football. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see interviews with your favorite players, the best stories from the NFL, and of course the crazy things we get into during TNF Nightcap all season long. And remember, you can hang out with us live during Thursday Night Football each week only on Prime.